And we are back. Welcome to the first day of the final round of matches in European qualifying. By the end of the next 3 days, we will know every single team that has qualified for the Euros in Germany ahead of next week's draw. Before we get into today's video, I must tell you I am feeling absolutely dreadful. I am very ill. So if my predictions for the World Cup games taking place today aren't quite out bang on the time of recording or the time of release of the video, it's because I am not feeling well and it's a Sunday, so I'm probably still in bed, but I'll get those predictions out to you as quickly as possible. But the commitment to content does not end, so we're still going to get the video out for you on time. So if that's not worth a like and a subscribe for my commitment to the content, I don't know what is. Let's get into all of the action on this lovely Sunday morning. And we start off in Group A with Scotland taking on Norway, a game that I thought could still potentially have some ramifications. However, after the results last night, it is now mathematically impossible for Norway to even qualify for the playoffs. They are just completely out. Scotland, of course, are already through, so I think tonight is just going to be a big celebration for them for their qualification to the Euros. And of course, there is still a very, very, very slim chance that they could top the group if they win and Spain lose, but I don't really see that realistically happening. I think it's just going to be a bit of a procession tonight. Of course, Norway also don't have Odegaard and Haaland available to them. It's been an absolutely horrendous qualifying campaign from them. It's been a phenomenal one for Scotland, and I'm going to have them rounding it off with a nice 2-1 win. That, as I said, means that if Spain do lose to Georgia at the same time, Scotland could still end up topping the group. However, Spain are going to want to be one of those teams in the top 5 that get into pot 1 for the actual draw. So they're going to go for it to the best of their ability. Georgia, of course, did play well against Scotland, but away to Spain, I don't see it being any other result than a Spanish win. And I'm going to go for 3-1 to Spain. From there, we move on to Group F, where sadly both of these games are completely and utterly pointless. Realistically, Belgium will top the group if they beat Azerbaijan, but again, they cannot be one of those top 5 teams, I believe, due to how well certain other teams have done. Namely, of course, France last night with their 14-0 win. Azerbaijan did beat Sweden in the game earlier this week, so you never know. They could pull off another shock result this evening if they really do go for it. But I think whatever side Belgium put out, they're going to be too strong. And I'm going to go for 3-0 to the Belgians. Speaking of Sweden, they take on Estonia, who, of course, have been doing very well in the last few games themselves, pulling off a few more goals, not necessarily results, but again, away at Sweden, even with Sweden not really caring too much, we would still expect Sweden to win, and I'm going to go for 2-0 to them. But who knows? If they're going to lose 3-0 to Azerbaijan, they could drop against Estonia as well. On to Group G, and this is the only group that has some sort of stakes on the line. There is a possibility that Montenegro can still qualify if they beat Hungary this evening and Serbia lose to Bulgaria. Equally, if Montenegro beat Hungary, then if Serbia beat Bulgaria, then Serbia can leapfrog Hungary to the top of the group. And again, if Hungary do win, there is a slim but very unlikely chance they could get into one of those top spots. But I think given the fact that they've drawn 2-2 with Lithuania and Bulgaria in their last 2 games, I don't think Hungary really care that much. They've got their qualification, have just been riding off into the sunset off the back of that, which could, in my opinion, leave the door open for Montenegro tonight, which is precisely why I'm going to go for the upset win, and I'm going to go for 2-1 to Montenegro against Hungary in that game. While that game is going on, as we've said, it is then down to Serbia to get the result against Bulgaria to absolutely secure their qualification. And as much as I'd like to see some drama today with Montenegro pipping Serbia to the Euros, I don't see it happening. And I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Serbia. That then just leaves Group J, where again, sadly, nothing really on the line here. Slovakia and Portugal are already comfortably through. None of the teams chasing them have a realistic chance of getting into the playoffs, except for maybe Luxembourg, who I'd love to see in the playoffs, but we shall see. So we'll start off with Bosnia taking on Slovakia. As I've just said, Slovakia very comfortably qualified already. Bosnia haven't been great in this tournament, but still have some quality players on the pitch. So I don't think anyone's going to be overexerting themselves too much in this one. And I'm just going to go for a 2-2 draw. But I'd probably say Slovakia still the favourites going into that one. Next up, the question is, will Liechtenstein get a point in their final game after not scoring a single point in the tournament so far, and sadly for them, only scoring 2 goals in the opening 9 matches. I don't think they are. I think Luxembourg are really going to push for that playoff spot, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for them. And then finally, it is Portugal taking on Iceland. Can Portugal make it 10 wins out of 10 and make it a perfect 30 points for Euro qualification? I think they are. I'm going to go for 2-0 to Portugal to round off today's video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, leave a comment down below to let me know all of your thoughts on today's games. And I will be back tomorrow morning where we'll get to do this all over again. I'll see you then.